beautiful.
Alrighty, man. Well, let's go ahead and get into game number 1 on this new series here. Head into Polaris Rhapsody. I hate this damn map.
I cannot wait until next week.
I hate this damn map.
Where we're done with Polaris Rhapsody. No one is ever gonna pick this map.
What the crap? I thought this was Boba. Maybe Boba's Bridget XX?
Yeah, he does go by Bridget, yep.
Okay.
And 3ODOG is gonna be this orange Protoss in the top left, aka Pete.
Alright, one more time. Sorry, I didn't change that. I was so confused. I was like looking up
I know, I still
if I had the right replay. Alright, one more time for the audience this time, BossRoss.
In the top left corner, we have the orange Protoss, 3ODOG, aka Pete.
Alrighty, and in the bottom right-hand corner, spawning as the teal Zerg, we have bracket OS bracket underscore Bridget XX. What's up?
aka Boba underscore life with a Y.
Shout out to the OS boys in tech. The guy's such a fucking spaz. I love Intech so much.
He's the fucking rat himself.
Yeah, the king rat, bro.
Oh, Laser Snipe says he doesn't know who to cheer for, bro. You better not. You better hope Pete doesn't watch this cast.
I'm rooting for Boba.
He's gonna be very upset.
This Boba means booped. It doesn't really. It's a song that Boba will like one time.
Yeah, no, it certainly does.
You know.
Mean boobs.
You know.
Maybe in another language, but here Boba just means like these adult gushers, really.
Yeah. Popping Boba. But yeah. No, there's a song about bubble tea that says like I love bubble tea or something because Boba. I don't know. It was weird. Like Boba linked it to me and I was like, all right.
Boba's definitely up on that weeb stuff.
Oh yeah. Well,
it's actually where this Bridget name comes from.
Oh yeah,
it's
a Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear.
Yeah, sure is.
Bridget's
the cross-dresser.
Little yeah, I would say like a little. She's like wearing like.
Except it's not a she.
A coif, or whatever. Yeah, no. And Bridget even goes by he. But it's hard to not because it's so confusing. Anyways, but they fight with a giant yo-yo and beat the shit out of people. There's like guys who've got like demonic powers and stuff, and like dudes who come back from the dead, and you know, just a giant yo-yo, some teddy bears. You know, that's totally acceptable. Did you imagine if Bridget had like a normal weapon, how powerful they'd be?
Probably extremely. I'm trying to find out where Boba's going with this drone. Seems like he can't seem to get away from this probe to plop down a base.
Yeah, this is super annoying.
But he's getting the second probe out there to take the natural. Good boy.
There we go. Alrighty. Well, drone finally being able to put down the hatchery here. It's good. But this has been some very good damage already dealt by Pete here.
Yeah, huge delays.
Yeah. That's actually... Look how ridiculous that cannon range looks. When you're shooting at that angle, it looks huge.
Crazy. How long does it take to build a hatchery? Is it the same amount of time as it takes to build a Nexus?
Oh yeah, let me just tell you with my super nerd brain that keeps track of all that shit. 1 second, guys.
I mean, I'm just curious.
Do I look like Nyokin? Okay.
Do all the main buildings, command center, hatchery, and Nexus take the same amount of time?
No, I don't know. Why are you asking me this shit? I'm a CPL
Come on,
caster.
Twitch chat, don't fail us.
Oh, this crap. Yeah, no, I have no idea. I would assume that hatcheries feel about the same as a CC to build, so... Like when I play on my off race, so I would assume they're similar.
Yeah, it looks like it takes the same amount of time because Pete got his Nexus down just before Boba got his hatchery down, and they're gonna finish about the same time, so...
I think it should be faster.
Yeah, I would have just assumed the hatchery would have been faster.
Yeah. Blizzard.
It's got less HP,
Blizzard, we
costs
gotta
less money.
Imagine how much better Zerg would be though if it was like 10 seconds faster than it already is.
Tim came through in the chat. Says they all take the same time.
Thanks,
I mean, yeah, that would be a bit ridiculous, especially since they cost 100 minerals less, you know?
Oh yeah, except for they only cost 75 minerals less. Except for, I mean, 50 minerals less.
50.
My bad.
Yeah, I forgot about the drone cost.
Yeah. And it costs a larva, okay?
Yeah, that's another hidden resource. What do you think about Boba taking this double gas here as his third?
I like it. It depends
Yeah.
on what build he's gonna do, but you can do a lot of shenanigans with double gas.
Yeah, because, I mean, 4 gas right off the rip. That's a lot of gas.
Yeah. The funny thing though is
Ooh,
that in
and he put down a Hydra down, and he's blocking his probe scout now.
in this matchup, gas is much less the
Oh,
limiting
he's
factor.
through.
Oh, but the positioning of the drones is not too good, so the 3-hatch Hydra is going to be scouted here. But the kind of the funny thing is that Boba's at that position right now where they could just quit mining gas and just go into production, and like all these, look at those 3 cannons already going to be in the main base or in the natural expansion here. If Boba just drones now, it's just like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing you do with a Hydrodon. It doesn't have to be all in.
Yeah, it's actually hilarious. Like, you can make them commit to tons of cannons and just go for a Nexus. I mean, go for a hatchery. This probe is just like asking for it. I'm just zapping these Zerglings as they run past. Alrighty, well, scouting probe gonna go down soon here. Let's check it out. We've got about a bajillion, octillion cannons coming down in base here. If Boba commits to this Hydra attack like very heavily, Boba's gonna be in a pretty terrible position. Where are these drones going? Looks like we have a bit of a misrally. Not sure what the deal is.
Maybe he wants to make 3 hatcheries at the mineral only. Never know.
Oh yeah, so worth. Alrighty, well, looks like we have just a little bit of a misrally here, but oh my gosh, continuing to throw in cannons. Alright, Pete, so tip number 1, don't make this many cannons, right? So you don't actually need 6 cannons to hold 7 cannons.
How about 7?
Yeah, you don't need 7 cannons to hold the strongest 3-hatch Hydra Russ in existence. If they're all up before the Hydras get here, you're like super golden, alright? So instead of doing that, my dude, go into your main base, throw down a bunch of gateways, and 2-base all in them after the Hydra attack is dealt with. Once you have Storm, and you'll just roll all your Zerg opponents who do this to you, dude.
Yeah, and Boba's still making Hydras. I'm not sure about this.
No, this is bad. This is really bad. Is unfortunately once you're at this position, I mean the one kind of funny thing here is that Boba, because of Boba's forced this many cannons, they're still kind of even right now. If you can see that Boba's actually at a higher supply count, because all the money has gone into cannons instead of units. So Boba can maintain this mobile force outside of his opponent's base, and then go for more bases. But if Boba just continues to rally Hydras over this entire game, then you're gonna have a really big problem.
Yeah, he's got, well, I was gonna say 14, but down to 13 now. And he's gonna jump on it.
Yeah, look at
this. I'm not sure this is enough. That's a lot of cannons. Oh. He gets out with 2. He left another 3 at this little crook in the bridge here.
Oh yeah, no, Tim, that's what I mean. Or that's what I mean, though, Tim. You throw down like 4. 4 is usually the right number to start your defense at, so that way you're not overcommitting. If the Hydralis count is like when you get like 6, throwing down 7, it gives your opponent an opportunity to just go into macro mode right off the back of it. Kind of screwed.
Oh boy, and Boba's really committing, even building more Hydras now. Layer's done though, so that's a plus at least. But he really needs some drones. Templars are already out on the map.
Alrighty, well, so we're starting to see Boba get some really nice trades because, again, the army is coming across the map here. Like, this is a nice storm, but losing these 2 Templar is pretty important. But we do, I was going to say, okay, we do have 4-gate Zealot production in the back here now, so Boba is going to start losing these fights very quickly. Speed Zealots with just a little bit of High Templar support should be able to blast through this when you have 5 gateways worth of them just coming across the field. Hydras are very good once you get that critical mass, but again, if you have a couple of High Templar Storms, it's gonna be able to wipe out Hydra's army. It's pretty much no problem here.
Yeah, and Boba's starting to bank quite a bit of minerals. I'm glad he put down a 4th hatchery, but he's gonna need a 5th one over there.
Oh yeah, easily.
Sooner rather than later, but
here we go though. Using this bridge to pretty decent effect here, the Zealots may not be able to get the surface area that they want. If Boba just keeps running back and forth in this little hole here in the bridge and just takes use of the fact that like only like 4 Zealots can get up on there, you could get some pretty good trades. Yeah, so
oh boy.
He going full ham on these this Zealot production here. I don't know if this is the right decision. He's got plenty of money in the bank to make some Templar. Looks like he just used a little bit of it, but like as you can see, these Zealots are not being anywhere near as effective as they should be. Wow, very nice
Boba
though.
creeps out a little bit, and that was a bad move.
Yeah, taking a little too much damage here. Ooh.
And there
now,
we go. Oh,
I was gonna say it's time.
He was trying to bait, I think.
Yeah, you know, honestly though, I would have actually liked to see that Zealot move out because he's still got like 5 or 6 cannons here. He's got a bunch of reinforcing units.
Yeah, rallies. Constantly
rallying to the cannons to help them out. If he had just run around and killed this base off, it would be fantastic. He could kill like almost anything he wants with that number of Zealots. Oh, are you kidding me?
Already.
Are you kidding me? Alrighty. You know. I actually kind of like this. It's kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
It's certainly interesting.
These 2 High Templars have a storm each. If Boba pushes, the storms are gonna do some serious damage. Although we have a High Templar.
3 Hydras here.
Ooh. Was this a bait High Templar? Oh my gosh, it was a bait High Templar. Wow, huge storm.
Oh.
Dude, the bait High Templar survived. Pete, you genius. That's pretty dope.
This isn't gonna end well for Boba, I don't think. He just doesn't have enough production. He's got defense at the wrong base.
Yeah, Boba throwing down Sunks at the 3rd base first. Throwing them down now here at the natural, but the Zealots are gonna come in here. Quick work of these.
Yeah.
We have a couple of spawning Hydralisks, but this isn't gonna be enough. And it looks like Boba is going to be topping out for game number 1. But this is a pretty interesting game so far. Fairly even skill levels on these opponents. I think that Boba could have done a little bit better with the game plan once he saw the number of cannons that were produced. But, you know, this is a pretty well executed for the most part. The micro was nice using that bridge and stuff like that. So I'm not disappointed when we're talking about going into these game number 2s.
No, I mean, this was a pretty decent game. You know, 3 Hatch Hydra, an aggressive build. I definitely would have liked to have seen him transition once he saw how many cannons got built. But Pete with the right reaction, you know, throwing down all those cannons. You know, maybe he overbuilt them, but hey, he didn't die.
Yeah.
Better to have them and not die than to not have them and die.
Yeah, and we always bring this up during the T3 matches, how we prefer conservative play versus aggressive builds from our defenders, where they make sure that they're not dying to the cheese or the aggression and macro out of it, as opposed to like trying to skimp in holding this with just a couple of cannons. Like if it was like 2 cannons trying to deal with that, I'd much prefer seeing the 7.
Yeah, definitely some good play.
Alrighty, man. Game number 2 gonna be on an Autobahn. Gosh, these guys.
Ooh, digging it. Maybe
picks.
Boba's got some tricks up his sleeves. I wonder if he's planning on doing a lurker bust of those power plants. Seems like that might be getting popular. Oh, J-Dog.
So do you call your sauce the BossRoss sauce?
I'm the bossest of the sauces.
Is it the sauce boss? BossRoss's sauce?
I have definitely gone by sauce boss. That is the thing.
Alrighty, man. Well, let's get on into game number 2 of this series. It's gonna be Boba versus Pete on Autobahn. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Well, in the top left-hand corner, coming off a little bit of a tough loss with that 3-hatch Hydra build, we have the Teal Zerg, Bridget, aka.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss with a name that isn't really pronounceable, but he does go by something much easier, and it's Pete.
Pretty good. No. Yeah. It's really not that pronounced.
Yeah, I mean, Thradog? I mean, can't do it. That's my best attempt. Oh, and he is moving a probe right on over.
Oh.
Oh, never mind,
Okay.
it stops.
Okay. No, we're good.
Pylon's
I'm
got
good with it. Is that
I felt
pylon
like it was a little
misplaced?
early, but maybe it wasn't.
That pylon looks like it's like a hex up. There's like
I
a
think that's
big.
I think that's as low as it goes on this map.
Really? Because that's a
I-
big
yeah.
old hole right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why probably why Boba picked this map. It's tough for Protoss. It's kind of like Blue Storm, you know. You can't get a good wall.
Raw dog. It's 3 OD according to Pete.
Oh, Pete is here. Hey, Pete. I just like to let you know, Laser Snipe doesn't know who to root for. Just throwing that out
No,
there.
he's
for
rooting
you.
for the right person, my friend.
He said he doesn't know who to root for, so who the heck
Root
is the right person?
For the Zerg. Always root Zerg. That's the rules. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's super weird. This looks like a gigantic hole. It would indicate to me that this is going to be a pretty dicey hold if your opponent goes for like a more... looks like we had a... Well, I don't know. It's kind of funky timing on this. I guess it was an overpool.
Well, either way, he has 3 sets of lings coming up.
Yeah.
And, yeah, aggro seems to be the choice. And Pete, man, gotta give it to him. 2 cannons.
Yeah, Pete's cheese defense and aggression defense has just been really good. I find that Protoss players get really good at that pretty early. Because early Zerg is, like, very scary to Protoss. There's so many ways that you can die.
Mm-hmm.
Games.
Yep.
So, yeah, very often these guys get pretty good at this. But yeah, the double cannon, I like the idea here. He's spent so much time keeping these Zerglings back, though. You could almost just cancel one and then just throw your gateway up. But you know, Pete being a safe player, no, I like it. Yeah, these Zerglings are gonna sit outside. It's not the worst thing in the world. You don't get anything done there, but what is the worst thing in the world is sitting on 500 minerals when you don't have a second.
Yep, I was just thinking the same thing.
Looks like Boba's trying to go for some kind of speedling all in, but even if you are trying to do that type of thing, Boba, just throw down a hatchery. You're sitting on like doubling your.
Yeah, like with that's the thing with Zerg. I mean, you only have 1 production building. It's just a single hatchery. Like, you got to do something with it.
It's gotta be.
I mean,
oh my god, that almost got placed down there. I thought, oh, like miles away from the gas. Boba is having the hardest time placing the hatchery down. Alrighty, man. But yeah, Boba, put that hatchery down. If you're gonna go for a Ling All-In, you can actually do. There's a couple of Ling All-Ins that you can do, especially if you have a building that's kind of exposed with a little extra surface area. Go like 3-hatch speedling and just kill one of the buildings while the cannons are shooting at them, and still have enough lings to break through if they've only got a single gateway. So there are ways to do this. You gotta get yourself your hatchery, and you gotta not be mining this gas unless you're gonna be going for a layer build. So take the drones off gas next time. You'll be put yourself down another hatchery. Good to go next time. Man. Some very solid defense out of Pete here, man.
Yeah, I mean, his PVZ has definitely come a long way.
He's like not
This
floating any
matchup
money.
for him used to just be an auto lose. He's really good at macro.
Yeah,
Like,
I
no
mean,
lie, I've played PvT against him a lot, and he's definitely taken plenty of games off of me. When we get to the big macro stages, he spends that money.
yeah, I mean, he's looking scary. Like, I don't know what Boba can do here. Pete's build is on point right now. Yeah, Boba's extremely behind in the economic, like extremely behind. Like it's hard to overstate how behind Boba is right now. Like we have 700 gas here. The only option I think right now would be to go Mika or like Fast Lurker or something like that. But even if you do that, the tech is so late because it took so long to get that layer started. Like we've already got Stargate on the. Boba's not gonna have
halfway.
Yeah, Boba's not gonna have any response to the Corsair harassment. As the Corsair numbers start to build up, the Overlord numbers are going to start to dwindle. Boba's gonna have like basically it's gonna be all going to
Overlords.
Yeah, exactly. Not being supply blocked.
I mean, he throws down the Hydra Den, so he's definitely gonna have to get some defense out ASAP for those.
This Pete guy though, man, I'm impressed. He even has the pylon to double check that there's no shenanigans going over here with the power generator and the control field here. So looking very strong, man. This guy is something else.
Yeah, I didn't even see that pylon. That's a good catch.
Yeah. Very, very nicely.
Sounds like someone tipped him off for this map, or something, or he watched the KSL, I guess.
Sounds like collusion.
What, Pete? What is this pylon? What made you do this up here? I'm genuinely curious.
Oh, you don't know what that's for?
No, I know what it's for.
Oh, okay.
But I want to know.
Where did he learn?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I was like, isn't it obvious it's there because that shit's right there? Like.
Right. No.
Come on, BossRoss.
But I would never have expected Pete to put that there.
Alrighty, so you see a bunch of juicy overlords with this Corsair, and you don't kill them. Why? Well, let me tell you, because fucking Pete knows what he's doing, because you want to get a full scout on the map before you kill any overlords, so that way you don't die. Because that's this Corsair's job. Overlords, bonus. You can get them? Heck yeah, take them. But don't take them before you've double-checked that there's no hidden bases, there's no giant army of Hydralisks, there's no spire or some weird base somewhere. Like, this is exactly what you want to be doing with your first Corsair. And so many newer players that it's just for killing the overlords. Do not do it. Scout first.
You'd have thought so too, with the way he was banking up minerals in the beginning. You'd have thought he had to have put a hatchery somewhere.
Let's see. Is Boba going for, like, I don't know. Boba has so much gas. And we're even mining gas on the second hatchery a little bit here too. This is a big Zergs. So one thing that newer Zergs don't really seem to understand very often is that Zerg's economy is exponential. So as opposed to the linear growth of just one SCV per CC per, oh my gosh, you're shooting your own hatchery, Boba, please. Okay.
I think you learned that one from chess.
Anyways, so as opposed to, you know, being able to just build one worker at a time at each of your main bases, you can build tons of workers at a time. So having more minerals for a Zerg is an extremely important thing to do in the early game. So you want to basically you want to skimp on gas unless you're going for some kind of tech build, and get as many minerals as you can, because later on that's going to pay massive dividends when you have a gigantic army with a ton of money in the bank. But you know, banking gas like this does basically nothing for you unless you've got a tech building to take advantage of that. Now, if Boba was going for massive lurker timing, and all of a sudden we have like 17 lurkers pull up to this wall, heck yeah, get all that gas, bro. Do your thing. But I mean, look at we're at 1,500 gas for the lurker started, and it's gonna be quite some time for until these lurkers can get out. By that time, your opponent is gonna have a response to lurkers, and they have potentially goons. You'll have a ton of storms. Just, you know, it's very scary for me when I see a Zerg not making drones in the, especially in PvZ.
Yeah, and then also with only 2 hatcheries, he's not even going to be able to make enough Hydras to make them into lurkers to even use all the gas.
Yeah. Pete with a very slick hatchery snipe, that's really important. But Boba also just committing to this defense. Like, I'm really worried.
Yeah, Pete says when you're ahead, get more ahead. Throws down a 3rd base.
Yeah, this is a really smart move. He knows that his opponent's not going to be able to put on any kind of pressure anytime soon here. So he's going to go for his 3rd, build up a gigantic army that's going to be basically unkillable, and just crush his Zerg opponent. I mean, honestly, he could run over right now with the High Templar and the Zealot count that he has. Just go kill this. Oh my
Save this
gosh.
Corsair
Yeah,
with
2 HP.
I thought for sure it was going down. I didn't even see the second spore. It was like hidden underneath all these overlords. But good job continuing to keep scouting, seeing what's going on. Nothing crazy going on.
This Pete guy, man, looking very strong, dude. He's gonna be a real contender coming up here. Alrighty, so we do have a good number of lurkers morphing here. We don't have any kind. Oh no, we do have objects. Let's say I didn't think I saw a Robotech, but I definitely looked at it. Not that. But we have obs, we have storms, we have just an incredible number of zealots on the field.
Even we have a million gateways.
4 lurkers, yeah. Even with 4 lurkers, this isn't going to be able to be enough to hold this. But yeah, even more gateways coming up.
10.
Heat going for serious macro mode Protoss here. And this is going to just be the end of Boba. In it. Look at this money, though. This guy is a machine. He just spends all the money that he mines.
I think he Maynarded a few too many probes to his new base.
Oh yeah, natural looking a little,
okay.
a little slim.
Yeah, same with the main. He's got 7.
Still though. Although, you know, honestly...
That's okay. If that's the one mistake you make this match, you should be pretty happy with that.
This isn't a ridiculous number of probes at this base either. It's not like it's beyond oversaturated too. You know, they're not doing that thing where like 4 are like going back and forth between patches looking for a patch to mine. So you're all right there.
Well, he's got 21. I'm not sure how many. It's too many. That's got to be close. I think 2 per patch.
Yeah, you're a bit oversaturated there, but it's not like you're at the point where like the probes are just not mining.
Oh, and here comes the move on the 3rd. Storms going down everywhere, whether they're good or not doesn't matter when you're up 60 supply.
Yeah, like look at this, storming his own units, walking into lurker fire before his units, before you even respond with the storm.
Sending 2 goons to die.
Well, who cares? Like really, who cares, dude? Boba's got 3 hatcheries versus like infinity gateways. Look at all these gateways. This is probably too much gateways, to be honest, for 3 bases with the probe saturation that you have right now. But it doesn't really matter because the macro is going to be so strong out of this guy. Look at this storm too. This Hydra's just taking giant storms to the face here. Got an Archon about to go down. Oh, but not able to do the last 60 damage, and he survives, and that's so frustrating. You have an Archon that's almost dead and you can't kill it. Just comes back, you know, like a couple of minutes later.
Yeah, shields regenerate pretty quick.
Yeah, they do.
Much faster than Zerg life regenerates.
Yeah, Zerg life does actually regenerate a significant speed.
I always thought it was fairly slow.
No, if you just click a Hydra, click a dead Hydra.
Yeah.
Or a dying Hydra, it's pretty good.
I mean, it's like twice as slow as how fast mana comes back, I feel. It's like 1 every 3 seconds.
Yeah. It can make a difference, though. Especially with buildings.
Yeah, buildings will come back.
Alrighty, guys. Well,
Lots
take a look at this map situation here. It looks like he is going to be up here in the top right-hand corner throwing down a base in just a minute. That was just Sorali, I don't know. But either way, being on 3 bases versus a 2-base Zerg with the amount of money that you have coming in, it's just, this is the best feeling. You're triple the Zerg supply right now. Boba's not morphing lurkers for some reason, but you gotta just feel like the king of the world right now. One thing I would like to see though is Dragoon production. A lot more Dragoon production. There are a ton of zealots out here on the map. Pete has a ton of zealots, but a ton of gas on the gas is generally going to be what's limiting. I would rather see Dragoon production because until Defiler comes out, Dragoons can crack almost anything. They're great versus Sim Cities. They're fantastic versus lurkers. They are serviceable versus Hydralists. So if you want to end this game a little earlier, just switch over to Dragoon production and you'll feel very powerful.
Yeah, well, he is queuing up the only Templars and Dragoons now, so that's definitely good. You'll have to excuse my text tone.
I love it, dude. It's so good. It's so hype. Alright, now Bobo deciding to morph an insane amount of lurkers over here. Do we have storms for this?
Oh, dude, a storm on the eggs would be disgusting.
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't look like we have any Templar on the map right now. But that would have been hilarious. Just imagine all of those just be dead before they even hatch. Very sad.
That would have gone under Pimpist plays for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But instead he's going to run him in here, and yeah, no, it's not going to work.
Alrighty, well this is looking like it's spelling the end for Boba. Just a couple of more lurkers out here on the map now, with a few Zerglings to support, but this is not going to be enough. Breaking this wall might be a little awkward because it is just the weird, like, double-layered SimCity.
Yeah, it's a cool SimCity for sure.
But, I mean, you have a hatch up here at the front, so even if you only break the first layer, you're losing, 30% of Boba's production rate. Oh, no, there is a macro in the main, so 25%, but even still, that's...
How do you feel about this 9 o'clock base here?
I think it's, taking a page out of our good boy, Bram's book here. It's not bad.
I mean, scouted.
I think taking this base, when you're in this situation, doesn't matter. Like, it's like at this point, it's almost impossible for Pete to lose, right?
This is a bit memey, I think.
Yeah, this is a meme base.
Could have built one in the center.
But it's fine because when you're this far ahead, you can meme to your heart's content. So
this is true.
I'm not too upset about it, but generally speaking, no, don't do this. This is bad. Generally speaking. All right, we have Templar coming across the map now, and that's gonna be a huge boon into dealing with this Hydralis army. Templar really are the backbone of the Protoss gateway. Like, you have to have them work to Zerg.
I mean, they just. Oh, look at this one.
Oh, beautiful storm. Beautiful storm, and no dodging
Kills
out of Boba, really.
And injures more. That's one of those 1,000 damage storms right there.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh,
catching almost every other Hydralisk now.
2 storms and he kills almost every single Hydra. Wow. Well, what can you do?
What you can do is you can dodge. Because that's pretty good. But this is hard too, because Boba's put himself with this wall at his back. So micring around, there's no real room to back off or anything like that, and it's kind of very difficult at this point to be playing Hydralis versus this number of Templar. At this point, Pete if I was Pete, I would be making Reapers, because you've got a massive gateway army. There's absolutely no threat to you on the map here. So you just put a bunch of Reavers and then some speed shuttles, and you just start cracking bases, because why not, dude?
This is what Pete likes to do, though. Get bases at every corner of the map.
Yeah. I actually love doing this, too. I've also actually a lot of games like this.
I think this is Snipe's doing, honestly, because Snipe is the person who does this.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like he's even going to try and meme the Zerg by coming in his back door.
Dude, put a Nexus, like, over here. Top right corner, that'd be so dope. I respect the memes. I love playing meme builds.
Oh my god, he is. He's gonna mine out this mineral field. This is hilarious. Yeah, Boba, I don't know what you're gonna do with 6 Hydras there.
Gonna do with all that toss up in natural. I'm gonna get easy.
Didn't let me take it. I was gonna take it. But oh well, that's okay.
Alright.
Yeah,
Boba decides to go ahead and GG.
Call it quits.
Little bit of a fantasy GG there timing there. If I I wouldn't say so myself, but overall, again, especially with T3 players, I think it's a forgivable offense to not GG quite on time. Especially since, Boba was getting some serious value out of those sunken colonies. They did a lot of work, because it looks like Pete, his forte may not be his control.
Yeah, no, his forte is definitely the macro. It's macro time to build more stuff, get more stuff, and come through with big max out punches.
Alrighty, so that's going to be the end of that series, though. Boba going down 2-0 to Pete. Pete looking very strong. Boba not looking too bad himself, but just not able to kind of keep up with the macro of... game plan from Pete was very, very good, and so that was very, very, very powerful out of this T3 player.